Hey, Christina here, and we are here for Frequency Fridays. And we are in series 5 of 7 on the topic of energy fundamentals. So we have covered so far the science behind quantum physics, the future of science, which we are in the present moment of. We have talked about what we are made of, 99.99999% space. We have talked about what are the building blocks of atoms, which is the awareness that we are made of light particles. We are literally light beings. We have a light body to activate, which is why I love the idea of cellular health and frequency health. We talked about cellular intelligence and how cells house innate intelligence. They have the ability to make decisions. They have the ability to self-heal. They have the ability to perform functions that enable us to thrive. They're coded with instruction. And it's super imperative to nurture our cellular health so that our body can operate at an optimal level. And the optimal level ideally is thriving. We are entering into a possibility where we can shift from the survival mechanisms operating in that sympathetic nervous system as being the highly functioning state into the parasympathetic state, which is rest, rejuvenation, the ability to digest and rejuvenate ourselves as we were designed to function. And so today we're going to talk about energy, 2 types of energy, subtle energy and physical energy. And so, let's just go back in time and think about our ancestral lineage. How once upon a time, our ancestors really thrived off of operating off of their senses. They were able to be present in the moment, and they were able to use all of their senses. We are sensory beings. If we choose to operate in that manner, we're not taught to operate in that manner. A lot of us operate off of our innate body wisdom, and so we operate off of our senses, our somatic awareness by default. But there's a lot of us who are detoured away from that way of living, and we really enter into this sympathetic state where we're in a state of stress, internal chaos, external chaos, just chaos and disruption and distractions and stress, disorder, disharmony is the norm, where our body is just continually fighting to gain harmony and balance, homeostasis. That's how society has unfortunately programmed society to function. But thankfully, we're entering into a new possibility where, as each individual chooses to become aware of who they are and what they are, we can shift the dynamic one person at a time through self-accountability. So, getting back to our ancestral wisdom, if we can take some time to learn about how they operated off of a deep awareness. And they really embraced the power of their senses, as I mentioned. They unlocked the subtle realms within. They communicated with nature. They understood what plants did and what the plant's function was and how the plant could contribute to the health and restoration of life, right? So I went on a sabbatical, and I went to Mexico. And I stayed there for about 4 months. And I found it extremely fascinating. And I don't recall the names of these trees, but I remember seeing signs about a tree, like don't touch this black sap, because if you touch it, it's toxic and it will kill you in a short span of time. So they would always, you would see these beware of signs about these trees, which was great to be given that awareness in a foreign land. And so we're on this excursion, and it was a pretty great excursion where they provided you education. And they so happened to teach us that this tree that we were being alerted about not to touch or beware of, there was also a tree that was the remedy source if you were to encounter this toxic tree. And our guide told us that the remedy tree was always within a certain amount of feet of the toxic tree. And I found that to be super interesting. For one, the awareness of both of those possibilities being present, right? The danger and the remedy. Life and death. Being within proximity to one another. And so it's just reminded me of the power and the wisdom of the creator of the heavens and the earth. And how such great care and attention was put into action to ensure that the remedy is always available to us. It's always within reach. And somebody has the knowledge to pass on to the next and the next and the next, so that this information is accessible to all who may need to know. Wisdom isn't hidden from us. Wisdom is accessible to us. We often need to seek out that wisdom. And so let's define these key terms. Energy, it's information that vibrates. We often can't see this information. And so physical energy, it's slower, it's visible, it creates gravity. I am this dense energy. You can see me, you can feel me, I'm very dense. Subtle energy, it's faster, it's unseen, it generates levitational force. We spoke about light particles, the subatomic particles, the building blocks of an atom. Are light particles, photons and biophotons. We can't see those with the naked eye, but I'm sure that they're all around me. We recently got to witness the northern lights in our region, and shortly after the northern lights passed, my husband and I were sitting out in our backyard, and we just happened to lay out on the furniture and look up, and it's a beautiful sunny day. It hasn't rained for days, and there's a rainbow ring around the sun, which I thought was very interesting. I've never seen that before, but I'm sure it has something to do with the geomagnetic storm that had just passed. So that's just a little amazing side note. And so fixing subtle structures. This allows solutions to flow through both our subtle and physical bodies. Embracing our energy system for a thriving life. And that's really what this 7 series is all about. We want you to really understand what you're made of and who you are. You're a light being. You're a light body. So tapping into your energetic self, learning about your energetic self, and learning how to optimize your energetic self is going to be so empowering for you. And the AO scanner is such a tool to help you get in touch with your energetic body. It's an amazing educational tool. It has served me well so far on this journey of life as I'm seeking to gain a foothold of my energetic essence, my energetic self. So what is the fixing of subtle energies? To fix a subtle structure means addressing and restoring balance within our intricate energetic being. These structures include channel centers, such as our meridian pathways and our chakra system. You know, and it's interesting. I just started a 21-day frequency reset, a SEPI group. And I was prompted, as I'm preparing for this, I was prompted to create a playlist, and I named it Circuit Board, and I put all of my chakras in there. So while I've had the scanner for almost a year now, I'm just now creating that energetic powerhouse playlist. For whatever reason, I didn't think to do it until now, but it's fine because everything is in perfect timing, right? That is something that I do trust. So I just encourage you to begin to seek opportunities to witness the power of your subtle energy. Begin to witness the power of being in tune with your senses. There's multiple layers to uncover within yourself. So enjoy this journey of uncovering who you are as an energetic being, understanding that there's subtle energy, which is unseen, and it's light and speed, and there's the physical energy, which is visible, and it's slower, it's more dense. There's always two at play. And I am going to attach a video showcasing subtle forces to give you a visual perspective. I am a visual learner, and so I love to provide multiple avenues for learning to touch all the sensory elements. So I hope that this brings value to you. I hope that you are using your scanner, and I hope that your scanner is teaching you more about who you are and why you are and what's going on within. Because being able to tap into the power within your center, your core, your frequency, your energetic signature, that is where all of your power lies. Unfortunately, the systems of the world were not designed to build up our confidence in the power of who we are. But it's really time for us to take our power back. And the AL scanner is a tool to assist us in doing such. And I hope that it's serving you in that fashion. And if you are interested in the scanner or you have questions, I invite you to reach out to the person who invited you here into this group to support you along this path. And again, this group is an available group. So if you have any questions, please post them in the group. We are here to encourage one another along this journey of self-empowerment and self-discovery as we seek to master ourselves, because we are really the only ones that we can make decisions for, to your free will and to your empowerment. Take care. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.